So how did I do the video for London Cafe?
Just a rainy day in a London cafe, in this gloom.
So London Cafe was one of my lockdown projects, and I decided that this would be a great time to use the recently purchased green screen and play around a bit. So I created 4 different Corinna characters. I created just kind of general indie girl, berry girl, flower girl, and cutesy girl, maybe. I decided it'd be really fun to have them interacting with one another. So I set up the camera in front of the green screen and made sure that the camera did not move, and I set it into a specific position, and that from that point I could get the different Corinnas to interact with one another. Now obviously I couldn't literally quadruple myself, so I had to enlist the services of my father, who then became my assistant. So I then decided it'd be really funny if the Corinna from above could pour coffee into the Corinna from below. So we had to try and align the coffee pot and the cup together to make sure that the coffee was going to pour into the right direction. So this was obviously an extremely difficult task, and now I wish I could say that it just happened like that and everything was aligned perfectly, but actually it meant that in post-production I had to take the strand of coffee and I had to line it up frame by frame by frame by frame by frame in the shot to make sure that it looked real. There are other little funny things there, like I'm holding the macaron and it appears and reappears, and I have to just keep very, very still while my father removes the macaron and puts it into my hand. That obviously took some doing to get that positioning absolutely correctly. And then we have the cup sequence at the end where I'm tapping the cups, and it looks like a different cups appearing in my hand with every single strike, but really, if I'm going to give away the tricks of the trade here, I recorded myself filming, tapping the same cup for the entire song, and then I could cut away to each cup as needed as I was editing it. I also bought this ridiculous clock for this particular video, where I thought to myself, wouldn't it be really funny to have a clock that had like spoons coming out of it? So I found one on Amazon for like £12, and I decided to put that in front of my green screen, and I basically filmed this clock going round and time-lapsed it. It would look like the hands of the clock were going around super, super fast, but I basically let my clock just do its thing for about an hour and a bit, so I could just have this sequence where I could just speed it up. And it was really fun to play with a green screen, but it is quite difficult when you don't have all the lighting equipment, so there was a lot of masking involved, so there was a lot of work in post-production to make sure that all the colours were bold, that there weren't any funny things coming through on the green screen. All in all, the video, the song, the recording, all that stuff, it took about 4 weeks to do.
Rainy day in a London cafe.